I was gonna just talk about my favorites, but I decided not to because I don't feel like I want to talk about that right now. I wanted to talk about purpose. This was actually my original reason that I took the camera out to film today, but I kind of chickened out and just decided to do a favorites video, which I still like doing, but the real video that I wanted to film was a video on your purpose. And the irony of it all is that I truly feel so like I'm wandering around right now in my 20s. I don't know, I just want to talk about it. I think I'm in a place in my life right now where I'm just constantly thinking about careers and money. And sometimes when I start to think about that a lot, I feel like God is pulling me back and he's like, calm down, girl, calm down. That is not your main purpose, because a lot of the times us as humans, especially dependent on like where we grew up, like I'm living in America, so this is definitely something that's like just spoon-fed to us since birth. It's like, what are you gonna do with your life? I've also never lived in another country, so I'm not sure exactly how their daily makeup is, but over here there's a great emphasis on finding your purpose. And it's become something skewed in my mind where my purpose has been equated with career, and those are two completely different things. It's interesting because it's so easy to put those two together. Sometimes you're lucky enough where your career is something that truly fills your cup and it's something that you think is your purpose. But I think we all as a collective have a true purpose to love one another, and that's just been something that's the hardest thing for me to work on, especially in the freaking hospitality service industry, is loving a stranger and showing love and serving a stranger. It is such a humbling job, and maybe that's why I haven't felt the need to leave, is because I feel like it's truly filling my cup in so many ways. The thing that I'm starting to put together is that you don't truly have to understand somebody to love them. You don't have to fully know somebody and all their deepest, darkest secrets and their shortcomings to decide if they're worth loving. Because I think that everybody is worth loving. Everybody is worth your love. Society will tell us otherwise. Society will tell us that we have to work for that love, that's something that it has to be proven that they deserve. But we all have this light and this spirit in us that is just waiting to be tapped into. You need to get on your Zoom. You need to tap into that, because that is truly a well that keeps on flourishing and keeps on giving. And once you kind of understand that as your purpose, everything else tends to fall into place. And I have these moments. I had it this past week, and mind you, I was on my moon cycle, which does have an effect and an impact on my day-to-day lifestyle, and like where I'm at. But the other day I was sitting right here, actually, where Spiky is, and I was just feeling so lackluster and so lost. I felt like I feel like I don't know what's going on. I don't know what is going on in my life. I don't know if this is where I'm supposed to be in my life, if this is who I want to become, if just this confusion around who am I. And sometimes when you're so focused on who you are, you kind of lose sight of your purpose. I think that's partially an ego thing. I know for myself, like when it comes to understanding myself and truly like feeling like I know myself, you don't truly, I don't know where I got that idea that I have to know myself through and through to feel aligned. You are constantly changing and you are constantly moving, and your perspective is turning, and every decision you make, and maybe it's not the same that you would have made yesterday, and you're constantly evolving, that it would kind of be ridiculous to wait until you truly know yourself through and through to love yourself, or to feel aligned, or to feel like you have your purpose, because the truth is that there's always going to be parts of yourself that you're still figuring out. Especially being in my 20s, it is like bruh. If you're in your 20s or you've been in your 20s, you get that. You're kind of just like pulling your hair out. Like, when will I just get it? When will all the information just come into my noggin and stay there and not leave? Because there's moments where you feel like you have the answers and there's moments where you feel like you don't. But I genuinely feel like maybe that's the secret of it all, is that you're not supposed to have all the answers. You're supposed to lean on your guide and Yeshua inside you and your spirit and your light to guide you. You have to be in constant meditation to try to figure out what your next step is. And maybe that's partially your purpose. I think my purpose is a cluster. Maybe your purpose is a cluster of loving everybody around you, regardless of everything and anything, just loving the people around you. And that is the biggest challenge of all. And so to complete those daily challenges of loving other people and setting yourself and your ego aside, you have to tap into the light within you, and you have to tap into listening to spirit within you to guide you through all of the trials of the day. I don't know why there's something so exciting about that. Maybe because it seems so hard to attain and at a goal so hard to achieve, of like making it through the day, loving people, and choosing love and light over me and being selfish. That it's like you get to keep trying every day. You get to try every single day. And showing up for yourself in more ways than one, showing up for yourself physically, that's been something that I've been like truly trying to tap into, is being there physically, because that can be a really big challenge. So when you show up for yourself physically, it's a little bit easier to show up for yourself emotionally, and maybe easier then to show up for yourself spiritually. But constantly being in meditation and fervently praying, like praying vigilantly. I don't know where down the line I stopped prioritizing that. I think maybe growing up, maybe I never prioritized it the way that I thought I did. Growing up, my mom, she used to take my siblings and I, and every morning we'd be in a circle and we would pray in the style of Acts. And the style of Acts is you do your attributes first. From what I remember, I'm not sure this is exactly right, but what I remember, it's attributes first. So you're praying attributes of what God means to you, who God is to you. And then C would be confessions. And it's so funny because I remember so vividly praying like, and God, I am sorry that I yelled at my sister because she decided, and I would like rattle off and just be like roasting my sister. My mom would be like, focus on you, focus on you. But we'd go in a circle, my siblings and I, we'd do all of our confessions. And then T was what you were thankful for. That is hands down one of the best formats of prayer, I feel like, is really tuning in to what you're grateful for. It is hard to complain when you're focusing on everything you're grateful for. My mom used to tell me, if you're having trouble falling asleep, just rattle off the things you're grateful for and you will never run out, and you will continuously be thinking that until you fall asleep. And then S would be, what was it? Supplication. I think it was called supplication, where you were praying for things that you needed, God willing. So I would pray for good grades. I would pray for just at that age, I was praying always for that I would get a good grade, that I would understand my material in school. I always felt academically challenged in school, and I probably have ADHD. I was always challenged when it came to academics, and I never truly felt engaged unless it was something that I felt connected to, like material that I felt like it was valuable for me. And now that I'm older, I truly want to jump into understanding and learning more on the things that interest me. Whenever I think about, oh, what is it that I want to do with my life? Just thinking about that gives me anxiety. What do you want to do with your life? And I'm like, girl, I have no idea. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to stop learning. Sometimes it's easier to think about what you don't want to do. I don't want to I don't want to be stuck in four walls and not have any social interaction through the day. So that kind of helps me tune in on what I like and kind of what I'm drawn to and what I'm attracted to. Lately, finding my purpose and feeling aligned in what fulfills me has just been a great challenge for me. And by great, I don't mean great, I mean great like great and big, like a big difficult challenge. It's been so hard. And maybe I feel drawn to make this video because maybe you feel the exact same way. Ideas and feelings and emotions manifest in the physical realm in a bunch of different people many times at the same time. And a lot of the times it's reflective of the economy, our social and political climate. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's another person watching this video that feels exactly the same, that they just kind of feel like, what? But my main point in making this video is to kind of let you know that I love you, and I know I don't know you, but I love you. And your purpose is to be a light and to reflect the light of others to everybody. And the more people that tap into that, the more light we're reflecting to one another. And that light comes to us when we're ready to accept that light, when we're ready to accept that gift. I don't really make like spiritual types of videos on this account. It's funny because I started this account and I started my TikTok account primarily in like the fashion and secondhand thrifting realm, and like subjective things. But lately I've just been like, I love fashion. I still love expressing myself through clothing. I've been feeling a pull lately to kind of talk about things that puzzle me, excite me, confuse me, things that are magical and mysterious in many ways. Also, okay, no one was gonna tell me that cultivating and nurturing friendships is life-changing. I have like certain people in my life that I've nurtured and watered that friendship like day in and day out, and it's just constantly paying me back in love and gratitude, and I just feel so much like love and warmth and light from those friendships. But then I don't know why I was neglecting a whole nother group of friendships that I was like, dude, maybe I wasn't neglecting it, more so than I was just not taking the time to nurture it at the capacity that I could be. And I'm learning, another thing that I'm learning about myself is that I have so much love to give, and you have so much love to give. Like, I don't know where down the line I just started to like have these self-limiting beliefs that like, you know, you can't trust people and you can't be vulnerable with people. And that's definitely an effect of just like traumas that I've been through, where I feel like I can't connect with people because I feel like it's going to be weaponized against me. But to love unapologetically is truly one of the most brave and like coolest things you could do. It's like, it's actually like sick as fuck. Yeah, like I've just been spending so much time with my friends and like deepening my friendships. That's more what I mean, is like, you can spend time with your friends, but then there's like a difference when you're like really getting into these like deep, vulnerable conversations, and you leave the conversation feeling like you were just re-energized, like your battery has been charged up and you feel like ready to take on the world. And those are things that I'm talking about that make you feel like you have so much purpose. Also, there is nobody else like you. Like, there is truly nobody else on the planet like you, and you bring something different to the table. And when I think about it, sometimes I think about people that I'm just like not really feeling, like, oh, maybe we've had some beef in the past, or maybe I've just never truly vibed with them. But then I think, dude, you are me and I am you. Like, we are literally just reflecting something different about the other one, and there is something that is to be learned from me to you and you to me. There is something that this interaction is feeding us, and there's a lesson that this interaction is teaching us that you have to tap into. And that's kind of where perspective comes into play. Is like, if you see every single experience in your life as an opportunity to learn and as an opportunity to gain an understanding, you kind of see the negatives as positives, the neutrals as positives. Dude, sometimes when I have these conversations, like I'm talking to you guys about it, but sometimes when I'm talking about this kind of stuff with my cousin, which is like my best friend, or my other best friends, I like feel like a buzzing afterwards. Like, it sounds so stupid, but I feel like almost like a vibration. Like, I just feel like high. And that's another thing. It's like, I have been kind of sober curious for a while. My relationship with drugs has been like, woo, whoa, okay, whole own journey. And I kind of feel like I'm veering away from alcohol almost completely. And I say this after I literally had an entire bottle of wine the other day and threw up. Sometimes when I drink, I feel like my spiritual armor is being dismantled, and I don't feel as in tune with myself spiritually as I am when I'm sober. Yeah, I guess this is just a little catch-up video to talk about what's up with me. I love talking about this stuff, so I'll probably make another video, like a part 2, but I love you guys, and my battery's dying. That's why I'm cutting this short, because otherwise I would keep talking. We will talk very soon. I just feel like I had to make this video. Okay, that's all. And also I love this shirt that I'm wearing. Okay, bye guys. Love you guys. What is your purpose? Tap into your purpose. Get on that Zoom, girl. Get on that Zoom, boo, okay? You need to get on that Zoom and tap into your internal light that is within you. Okay, I love you.